Hi, I'm Stephanie Stanton with Mahalo.com. We are talking about infertility and how it affects so many people. One of the big steps to knowing whether or not you can have a baby is calculating your fertility. But how in the world do we do this? Joining us now is Dr. Jane to tell us more about how we can find out, are we fertile?
Yeah, it's difficult. You can't judge your fertility based on someone else's experience. We found that female age is probably the best indicator of fertility. You know, unfortunately, as women age, the egg supply diminishes, and the eggs remaining in the ovary also diminish in their quality, we call it. Quality means the egg's ability to create a chromosomally healthy embryo. So as the embryo is formed, if it's not chromosomally healthy, it doesn't give rise to a pregnancy or it can be miscarried. And fertility actually declines starting in the early 30s, and by the age of 40, it's dropped in half.
What are the statistics of a woman trying to get pregnant after 40 naturally?
Right, it's pretty low. For example, we talk about the chance of getting pregnant per month. For a 30-year-old, that's about 20% chance of having a baby per month. At the age of 40, it's about 8 to 10%. But by the age of 44, it's dropped to 1 to 2%. Wow. So a real drop-off after 40.
What should people do? I mean, a lot of women these days, they're career women. They may not even think about having a baby until they're in their mid to late 30s.
And that's key, Stephanie. It's thinking and being aware that this can happen to them. It will happen to them. It's inevitable. Women can actually test their fertility by blood or ultrasound tests. There are blood tests, for example, the blood test for the hormone FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone, can be performed on the 3rd day of the period. Another blood test for the hormone anti-Mullerian hormone can be tested any time during the period. Or an ultrasound can be performed again on the 3rd day of the period, and the resting egg follicle is assessed as an indicator of the total egg pool. This gives that particular woman some insight into her own egg reserve, and can be very helpful.
And can you do this in your doctor's office, or do you have to go to a fertility specialist?
No, for the most part, the blood tests are universally available through your gynecologist or other doctor's office. There is some skill involved in measuring the resting follicles with the ultrasound, and that's probably better done by a fertility specialist.
And when you take this test, what exactly does it show? How do you read the results?
So the FSH blood test is, again, drawn on the 3rd day, and if the number is elevated over, let's say, 10 to 15, it indicates that the egg count has dropped. If the anti-Mullerian hormone returns low, less than 1, it also means the egg count has dropped. And if the resting follicle count is less than 8, it means the same thing, that the egg counts have dropped. And those all portend poor chance of fertility for the future.
But at least it sounds like women have something that they can do to actually tell them where they are in this fertility game.
Absolutely. They can take control of their fertility and really assess where they really stand in order to better judge how long they can wait for the process.
Okay, Dr. Jane, thank you so much. Some very interesting information about those tests that can help you determine and calculate your fertility.
You're welcome.
And if you'd like more information about any of these very important topics, you can click on any of the links, or you can subscribe to Mahalo Parenting. I'm Stephanie Stanton. Thanks for watching.